Hi folks, Tim Gresh here, professional bike fitter in Southeastern Pennsylvania. This video will be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about this 1938 Schwinn Paramount Racer. Now, we're going to talk about how well we can fit this thing. And the reason is because a customer gave this to me. And when you're a bike fitter, the first thing you do is you look at a bike and you critique how adjustable it is because you are so used to fitting people on bikes. So that's what I did here, and that's what we're going to discuss. This bike was hanging in a barn for a long time, and they gave it to me so I can hang it up here in the shop somewhere as cycling art. So that'll be pretty cool. But let's look at this thing from a bike fit perspective. What can we do here? What can we adjust? You would think a bike from 1938 would be very rigid. You couldn't really do much with it. And you'll find out that that's not really the case. So we're going to talk about seat position, foot position, and handlebars. So starting off with the seat position, you got the nice round seat post. It's actually a 27.0. It's missing the clamping mechanism on the top, but this would have just had a pretty much standard clamping mechanism that would have held the saddle, and you could have moved that seat forward or backwards as needed. So totally adjustable, just as adjustable as today's standards for your fore aft, which is very important because that dictates your center of balance over the bottom bracket. So if you want to pass the balance test on a 1938 Schwinn, no problem. Now moving down to the cranks. What crank length is on this bike? I measured those out, and these are 165s. Very, very cool. Now being a track bike, it was always traditional that track velodrome, you have 165 cranks. So that's probably why this has them. And just coincidentally, now in 2024, I'm kind of finding that 165 is probably the top crank length for most of the population. I would say it overshadows the more common on stock bikes, 170 to 175. I think 165 is probably the best of the lot in my experience, and I have some videos on that. Now moving over to the cockpit, this is where it gets really cool because nowadays you've got the terrible monstrosity, the integrated handlebar, where you have your stem and the bar all in one piece. Back in 1938, they did it a lot better. You have a very adjustable setup. You could actually remove this handlebar here, loosen this bolt, remove the entire handlebar in no time, change your handlebar to a different shape if you wanted to. Also, this is a quill style stem, so you would loosen this top bolt and this mast would go up and down. There's your handlebar height, super simple. Loosen this bolt here and your handlebar could move forward or backwards on this mast. And I measured this out, crazy. 120 millimeters of fore-aft adjustability. That is all I could ever ask for as a bike fitter. If every bike came in here with that much adjustability, my life would be a lot easier. Compare that to this right here, the integrated bar. I mean, this thing is literally virtually zero adjustability in every direction. Whereas this bike here from 1938, adjustable fore-aft, up, down, change handlebars, everything. So putting this guy to shame, that's why I took one of these and hung it from my drone and broke it in one of my other videos. So there you have it, 1938 Schwinn Paramount Racer, very cool. A lot of things we've learned here. The importance of cockpit adjustability, and also to, just let me circle back here on the seat post. Having a round seat post is awesome. On a modern day bike, when you have the ability to change out your seat post easily, that opens things up from a fit perspective. Just like how I don't like integrated handlebar systems like this, when you have seat posts that are like an arrow shape or an oval or some kind of integrated thing, then you are married to that system and that clamping mechanism, and then therefore it's gonna limit you. So I don't like that. I like round seat posts, and I like lots of adjustability in the cockpit. Nowadays we have a threadless stem, which does essentially what this does, but more and more we're seing these on bikes, which I hope those age poorly and eventually go away because we want adjustability in the cockpit there. So there you have it. Thanks for watching and enjoy every ride.